Oh, welcome back my gardening friends. Well, it's about time we did a polytunnel clear up, and let's see if we can overwinter some peppers, one by cutting back and the other just leaving them in here. Let's get cracking. I'll just collect the ones out of the greenhouse. Well, we've got them in the polytunnel. These are the ones out the wick guttering system that I bought across, and I'd like to try and overwinter them. These are the Calvin Wonder in front of us. Let's get a little bit closer. And these have been quite a nice pepper. They do get quite big, and they're quite heavy. So let's get this one trimmed back to a state where hopefully it may overwinter. First time I've ever tried it, and I did watch Steve at Digwell Green Fingers do his, so here we go. So I'll just remove the lower leaves at the first V. So that's them gone there. So there's the V there, you can't quite see it, it's just how it's positioned. There's the second V, so I'm going to trim back to the first nodes on the second V, just above them. There's one we had from the Shed Wars. So there's let's get rid of those. I don't think we need the cane anymore. So there's the first V, there's the second, and behind there we've got another one. Not every one is exactly the same, just a little bit rotten there, but if we did nothing it'd die anyway, so let's hope that one just holds its own. Take a few more of those leaves off, and then all the peppers on the branches will harvest shortly. Again, I'm losing the light. This is the pepper Diablo. This is one that I've been growing for years and years and years, and they've done very well for me. That one's there being supported on that tomato, but on this one the first V's there, but then it goes a long way before it does anything else, so I might just leave that one, and hopefully these will ripen. But we're due some snow this week, so not giving up much for it, but we'll see. This polytunnel needs a little bit more work before I can overwinter and grow stuff, but that's what I'm clearing now for, and then hopefully January, February I'll be able to tackle this polytunnel again, get the windows in and get the doors on. This is where my cloth pots were, and perfect circles, and every bit of that cardboard has disappeared all the way along. Here's some of the Christmas potatoes. Let's have that one the right way round, at least. We didn't get much green growth on them, but I'll be able to come up here on Christmas morning and help myself. Some of them are Christmas potatoes, some are just ordinary, but as long as we can get some potatoes, they've got to come in on the dry, keep the soil keep the soil damp but not dry, not too wet. Too dry and they'll shrivel up, too wet and they'll go rotten. This pepper plant has done really well. These are the what I call the red variety. It came in a vegetable pack. Instead of people bringing cakes in, there was a vegetable case, and I thought I'll have that, and I saved the seeds out of it before we ate it, and it's grew really well. No, this isn't a Alicante tomato, it's New Zealand spinach, a volunteer. So it looks like it's getting a bit moth eaten, so I'll trim it up a bit. I might even take that back into the greenhouse grow room and see if we can get a winter harvest off it. Again, no variety on this, but this was given to me with like it was with the Diablos, and it's a nice little orange one that's just started to go rotten there, so might be able to save the seed from that one. But they're quite a nice little pepper. I do enjoy those cut in half in my lunchbox. And again, another Diablo. Again, I need to get picking. I'll cut a few of these back, and like we did that first one, and I'll leave some like this and see what happens. It'd be quite novel to have a window and a door on the polytunnel, but it has served me well. That wooden battens there stick out about that far, and in the future I'll be putting the poly sheeting on the inside, and I'll do the same on the outside when this cover finally gives up the ghost. It's been on since spring. I'm not sure how expensive it was because it was sent me, so I can't grumble. If it starts to deteriorate next year, then I can buy some plastic, and then I can create some pallet collar coal frames with any surplus I will over order. So here are the pots. This was my homemade compost, so it's had all sorts of things in at the beginning of the season and nothing much else, and it's done really well for me, and I have actually turned one out. There's all sorts of hard stuff in there, probably manure and anything else, leaf mold rejects, etc. And this is one that I've turned out in the wheelbarrow. So there's a bit of the compost we get. I open this up. This is one of those little seed holder thingy doobies. It's supposed to rot down. Not very well, but I do keep them because I can eventually get that last little bit of compost out. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of manure or something. But this will be used to top my beds off or add to my compost mixes for next year. I need to get all the strawberries in. These here are all the ones from when we sliced the strawberry up at this time of the year, put it into a pot, left it there, and then give it some heat and warmth in the spring, and we potted them up. So they need a good clear out. Some lovely autumn colours there. We have a label there, 18th of the 8th 2020, and that's a strawberry we sliced, and it was left open on top of the compost because Babette said you can just leave them open or you can bury them, and I think she said just leave them lying on the top, and no difference in my opinion. They all did grow. They've all been trying to grow again, and there's possibly some seeds on there. Let's give nature a helping hand. I'm looking forward to getting these in the polytunnel and getting an early crop off them. We're back over at the plot 1 wildflower wildlife garden, and here's another one. These plastic barrel lookalikes are ideal because I can move them about the plot. We've had lots of rain, so they're a bit heavy at the moment, so I'll have to cover that up, let it dry out a little bit before I attempt to move it. But it hasn't given me any strawberries this year because I didn't want it to. I made the sails out of street lamp reflectors. I thought that was quite clever of me. Reuse, repurpose. The autumn fruiting raspberries, they'll get cut down January time. We'll let all the goodness drop back down. And I'm not far away now from my 1000th video over the last 6 years, 7 years has it been. Always recorded at least one a week, but I think I'm going to be taking a break away from YouTube, well, at least making videos and having to reply back to comments and everything. And I'll probably come back in January, or I'll drop a video in occasionally if there's something important to show. But sometimes we need to concentrate on the garden and the family so that we have a happy medium. Almost all of Alan's walking onions have popped up, bar from that one, and I saw the roots growing out the top. I got it upside down, guys. Don't forget, pointy bit up, basil plate at the bottom. Parsnips are all wrapped up for the winter months. It's only to keep the soil compost dry, because once it freezes solid you just can't get your parsnip out. So that's what I do, so that I can harvest the parsnips all year round. I do the same with the carrots, but as you know, my friend Ratty, or Ratties, had them all. Must take Mrs. K some lettuce home and just check the peas to see if there's any more that we can take. I haven't taken them any home. Just can't help it. But it's I think it's November 17th. Doesn't time fly? Still haven't finished this job, guys. You must expose your sprouts. See how horrible that is. It ain't going to do your sprouts no good, and we want the cold to get to the sprouts to sweeten them up. But just keep taking the leaves off as they die off, and then once your sprouts are fully formed and you think they're starting to blow, take the top off, so all you're left with is the stalk, similar to what you buy in the supermarkets, and that's where I leave them. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Please leave me a comment, and if you must, consider subscribing. I don't mind either way. Most of my viewers aren't subscribers anyway, so if you want to subscribe, please do. These lettuce are coming along, just a mixed lettuce. It does help, but some of these I might be able to pick whole to take home. Done very well. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.